welcome to another episode of Minga After Dark. I think I am actually on episode 6 right now. So that's exciting. I'm very proud of myself for being consistent with these so far. Like I said, I wanted to try and do, but I do want to do one where I'm actually on video so I can see you guys. I don't know why, but I feel like I can see you guys too when I'm on video. So yeah, so I'll look forward to that under the Journey to Higher Self playlist. I have 2 videos already over there. If you haven't checked them out, I'm really trying to get my video views up, guys. So please help me with that. Go check out my old stuff, even if you just sort through my AI art. All right, so today we are going to talk about with New Year's coming up and New Year's resolutions, the typical cliche when it comes to this time of year. I really think that we should focus on a few things. Some of us need to learn how to say no, and I know I talked about that on a previous episode. But this time, I wanted us to focus on those of us who need to learn how to stop blaming others. I'm going to say that again. You need to learn how to stop blaming others for your problems, your situations, whatever it may be. Even spiritually, a lot of you are, I don't have a job because this person's attacking me spiritually, or you feel like there's voodoos and hexes being put on you. And I'm not saying those type of things don't happen and those type of things aren't true. It's just that it's your truth. If you believe that people are doing bad things in the name of spirit, of dark magic, to come against you, and you're aware of this and you feel this spiritually, then it is your job to, one, not accept it and acknowledge it after you made that connection, and two, do everything in your power as a spiritual individual, to ward it off and pray it off, and go about your life. But the more you just keep giving this and all the negative entities a reason and acknowledging them, is going to become a stronger presence in your life. So you have to get to the point where you show these demonic things or these negative energies that might come against you that you're stronger than them. It doesn't matter if it is true. It's a matter of you being the brighter light, because at the end of the day, that's what will prevail. So, make that acknowledgement and then do what you need to do to protect yourself, your home, your family, people, to grab the Bible and maybe walk through your house and quote some scriptures. Excuse me. A lot of people use crystals, beads. Guys, all of those things become your magical tools once you choose them, whether you believe in it or not. Some people may not believe in crystals or believe they have any positive effects, or believe that they can ward off negative energy, and 9 times out of 10 it probably won't work for that person, because your belief is the activation to all this magic. It's your truth, and a lot of it stems from truth, but your truth makes it even more divine. So if you're someone who feels like having a crystal in your purse or your pocket helps ward off negative energy or attract money, that is your truth, and you stick and you hold fast to that. Also knowing that you yourself individually has the power, and we have to give ourselves the power first before we can rely on the crystals and the beads and wherever else. If you haven't made the acceptance that you have that general power and that there's a God energy in you that is totally capable, And I personally believe that those things won't work or work as well. So you have to give yourself that power first. And it's kind of like those tools are an extension of you versus you having a crystal rock and literally beholding that crystal rock to be the source of your the energy that you're trying to conjure for a moment, peace or remove negative energy. Well, it's working with you. So you have to have that desired one energy within yourself first. And then the crystal, whatever else you're using, is the extension of that energy. The same with saging. You hear all these different ways about how you're supposed to sage properly. It's, again, your truth. I remember saging and feeling like, oh my God, am I letting more negative energy in? Am I supposed to shut the windows first, open the windows? And then I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. At the end of the day, who came down and said this is exactly how you do it? No, someone did it from the way that they felt was their truth, and it worked for them. So we have to stop latching on to literally what everyone's doing. Always make it your truth. Always cultivate things to make it fit for you in your life and your situation and your energy. So if you don't know how to quote unquote sage properly, I feel like saging is you just need to have the sage. Have the sage and intention. And have that intention strong. Now, do your own research, because I don't want somebody in my comments, oh, this girl doesn't know what she's talking about. She's going to have y'all sweeping in demons in your house or negative energies, whatever. This is my personal experience, my personal truth. I've saged several times, and I don't have any negative energies in my home. But I do say all the time that I do have a channeling energy. I always feel like something's trying to contact me or that I'm connected to something, but it doesn't feel negative. So there's that. And I said in another video, I used to have plenty of negative experiences from the past, paranormal experiences and things like that, night terrors that I could actually compare now and then to. So I say all that to say this. The way I do it has not attracted or let in anything, in my opinion. And the way I do it is simply having the tool, which is the sage, and having the intention. Sometimes you can have it in your heart or just your mind. And I like to say things out loud to make it solidifies it more. So for me, if I have my sage, this sage is going to be used to purify my home. I'll even state what I'm going to do with it or something, so the energy is already set, the mode is already set. And I like to even say another, little saying or prayer after that. No negative energies are welcome at this home. No negative energies are welcome to enter. This sage is purifying this area. And I like to remember the light, your bright light. You either walk around as a very bright light, or you can imagine that the sage is emanating, like the smoke itself is emanating a bright light. Whatever it is, envision that bright light that's helping you cleanse the area, and imagine pushing out any darkness and pushing out any negative energy. Alright guys, you probably can hear the sirens in the background of my lovely city. So I'm going to take this moment at that pass while I kind of meditate on what we're talking about some more. And we just enjoy the sounds of the sirens. See guys, this is how I meditate. When I have moments like this, I'll make the sirens part of my meditation. And in just being aware that those are sirens, sometimes I'll even go into a prayer for whatever that situation may be. So yes, guys, we have to go into 2023 knowing we want to change, knowing our resolutions, but most importantly, for once being able to look in the mirror and being willing to look in the mirror and point at yourself and say, you know what, I got some changes I gotta make. Because even though this person did do this or did do that or say this or say that, it's not 100% their fault. Give yourself 50% of some of the blame or some of the crap that you may have been going through lately. Everything is not out of our control. We can control some stuff, and it's easier to put it on other people. Sometimes that can be a very narcissistic way of thinking. And as a parent, I will say this: I really do my best to have moments where I break that down to my children when I see that they won't own up to their BS. And that's one thing I don't play about, because I really look at my kids as people. One, that's going to be a reflection of me when they get older. And two, as people that I will want other people to feel comfortable and safe with interacting with in the future. You know, raising kids needs to be more of a conscious effort. Like, yeah, we don't want to put too much thought in overstepping as far as being too overbearing sometimes, whatever. But as far as making conscious efforts in things that we bring to their attention and bring to their awareness, and then particularly guiding them in certain ways, could be very beneficial for the next generation. So my daughter, she likes to immediately point the finger at other people when she's literally the only fault. Who wrote on the wall? Well, I was watching the show and the girl on the show. Well, you lost me right there, because the girl in the show ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in this household. And that's exactly what I would tell her. No, Victoria, what you're going to do is you're going to say back to me why you're writing on the wall. Or, if I'm trying to get her to admit it, you're going to be honest and you're going to admit, like a very responsible, and I use these words, responsible, mature. And I let them know it's not anything to be scared of. Only thing you need to be scared of is the reaction I'm going to have. Yeah, because, you pissed off mom. But other than that, I tell them, do you guys get spankings? No. So what are you worried about keeping it real with me for if you know I ain't going to hit you? Like, I was a kid that, got smacked around a couple times coming up. So I had a reason to lie. But you ain't got no reason to lie. I don't beat my kids or hit my kids. They've gotten a few spankings in their early times. But, now I just really literally just talk to them and just try to groom them and coach in the moment the best way I can when I see things that can come up and be a really good teaching moment for them. So my daughter's learning to lie less and less, because she knows she's associating lying with unnecessary. I'm not one of those people that's goody two shoe. I know I honestly believe there's a time and place for lying. If it's going to save someone's life, if it's going to save your life, things like that. Sometimes lying can be a better choice than hurting someone. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. These are my opinions. But, for my kids, they need to know when we're communicating with each other as a family unit, there's no reason for you to lie, especially when we're in such a close proximity that, I can literally point evidence to you. You wrote your name. This is your name on the wall. You did this. My son, oh my God, he's the biggest deterrent. He's a people pleaser or a mommy pleaser for sure. So he doesn't want to get in trouble with me and things like that. For example, Tristan broke the TV in their room like last year. He got mad at his sister. I guess she was probably taunting him or getting on his nerve, and he threw the remote, or he threw something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he threw it hard enough towards the TV to where the right side of their TV cracked. Now, when he told me, he literally put the blame on his sister, that's why he threw the thing. If he didn't throw that, and if she didn't make him mad, the TV wouldn't be broke, which is true. But no, you don't blame that person. You don't say Tori made me throw it. How did Tori make you throw it? Did she put a gun to your head? No. Well, how did she make you throw it? She made me mad and I threw it. Well, that's not her fault that you can't control your anger. So I have been talking to him about controlling your anger and different ways. Because I tell him the same way. If I get mad, I'm ready to Hulk smash some shit. you wouldn't, you wouldn't guess just from hanging around me. But I know I got my dad's temper. Probably that's probably what it was. But so I give him. I don't judge him when he wants to, toss something, or it's sometimes it's just a reaction you even can't control. But I been trying to give him keywords and tools and letting him know that you can never give somebody else that much power to where they take you out of character like that. I'm like, that could have been a person standing there. You could have broke a window. I mean, that could have been more serious. I'm like, imagine you 10 years from now when you're, 17, 18, and you're at a club or you're dating someone and you have that type of reaction. That's not cool. So I let them know, you have to learn ways to cope when you get that upset. Punch a pillow, scream in a pillow, something. Think about what you're really upset about. Use your words. I've been teaching him a lot to just use his words, because sometimes he just rather exhaust frustration rather than just saying, hey, this is why I'm mad. So, when he's in that mode, I'd be like, I'm going to let you calm down for a little bit. And I'll tell him I'll be in here in about 30 minutes so we can talk, okay? And he'd be like, okay. So I just let him decompress, because I'm the same way. If I'm going through something, I don't need you hounding me, trying to get answers out of me right now. Like, let me fucking breathe. Let me get my mind together and then talk to me. And I do the same thing with my children. I let them decompress. No one's dying. If it's not a dire situation, there's no point of hounding you right now, if unless you're being off the wall. So we just have to learn how to keep it real. Like, go into 2023 with this, yeah, I did it, so what attitude. Fess up to your shit, and acknowledge what you need to change, what you might be overreacting to, or what you might need to focus on with your negative energies and the way you react to things is what I'm trying to say. If you're one of those impulsive reactors, maybe go into next year saying, you know what, I'm going to try to listen more. I'm going to try to not react the minute I hear something that makes me upset, or try to think it through, or just something. And I think the more you can be honest with yourself, the more easy to be honest with other people. And it's like, with this type of somebody's messaging me, with this type of mentality, you also have to have the mentality of, I don't care how many friends I have, how many family members I lose, because you can't be confident in yourself and saying what you feel you need to say if you're worried about whose feet you're going to be stepping on. In my opinion, try to always have a very, very close relationship with your parents, at the very least. If they're in if they're in the toxic category, you gotta let them go. Keep them at arm's length. I love you, mom and dad. See y'all on holidays. We can chat. But I ain't gonna be coming over here every day if this is the way you guys speak, if this is the way you guys are gonna talk to me, if you're gonna treat me this way. You will be seeing less of me. And if they take you for a joke, then show them. Let a whole year go by and they haven't seen you. And then they won't take you for a joke. And be open when they're ready to come back around. Say, hey, you can come back over. We won't talk about your eating habits or what you smoke and drink. Like, it's like, and they can mean well. Family always mean well, but they always come with this condescending tone that does nobody any good. Family members, if you have family that you see things that they might be doing that might be toxic behavior, at the end of the day, it's their business, and it is your job as a family member to try to help them or express your concern. but be tactful. And I think that's where a lot of family communication breakdown and arguments arise, because some of y'all just don't know how to be tactful in your words and your demeanor and the way you speak to people. And at the end of the day, it's no question about how do I be nicer, or how do I say it a different way. How do you want someone to say it to you? It's very easy to just go back to the basics with, treat people how you want to be treated. So if you are overweight and you saw in your mom or your cousin or whatever, and somebody just came up to you like, "Dang, girl, you need to lose a couple pounds. You eating a little too much." Would you want someone to come up to you and say that? Now, some of you are probably like, "I don't care. If I'm not sensitive, I don't care." Well, for those of you who can keep it real and do care, would you want somebody to come up to you and say that, or try to say it in a more tactful way? How would you want to be presented? And you might be like, "You know what? I'd rather somebody not even say nothing to me." If that's how you feel, then that's what you should do for the other person. Because that means you won't have a way to say it any nicer. If you wouldn't even want somebody to tell you, then how are you going to go tell somebody else? Right? So always look at that. You have a friend and you know her boyfriend's cheating on her. How would you want her to tell you? If every time she see you, you still with that nigga cheating on you, you still with Bob who is such and such, such and such, or would you want them to be like, "Hey, you can take this information how you want to. I'm just really trying to be a friend and just let you know that I seen, your boyfriend with this girl the other day and they looked a little too close. I felt it was disrespectful to you, and I felt like I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't come say something to you." Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'll look into it. And you know what? You've done your part. You don't even need to follow up, because at that point, you're just meddling. If she wants to inform you on what went down, if she's still with Johnny or not, that's up to her. Otherwise, check it off your list and move on, right? So, just mindset change 2023. I think the whole world just needs to learn how to communicate better in general, period. And the world would be a lot better place. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. I really do think that was my main message for tonight, because I was thinking, how am I going to go into the new year? What can I change? Excuse my crappy voice tonight, guys. And that was one of the things that came up. Make sure that I'm keeping it real with all that I have going on, what I'm doing. I feel like I dabble in so much, but I don't really see the fruits of my labor. I have a website that I've been promoting forever, and I don't get sales on it. I have one friend, bless her heart, who's bought more of my paintings than anyone I know combined. So, and it gets a little sad. It makes you feel like you're not doing anything good enough for people to ooh or ah want to spend their money. It's just wonder, what are you doing wrong? The social media, I'm always, what do I need to do to get a fan base? These algorithms make you feel like you are not doing enough, and it gets so tiring sometimes. And I just simply post and ask just simply family members, can you guys just share my crap? You're family. Like, I shouldn't have to ask you, but at the same time, it's nobody's job. And that's where, for me, I have to stop pointing the fingers. I meant when we have friends and family that take an interest in our stuff and share our stuff, and they're consistent, it really, really does help. But guys, at the end of the day, it's not on them. It really isn't, because we have so many billions of people on this planet that we try to get our products out to. It really is hard, and it helps when we have that support. But the minute we go blaming them for why our things haven't taken off, or why this hasn't changed, that's when we're not accepting what more we could be doing. So I definitely shout out my family members that helped me that in that area. I really appreciate them. Do I wish more would be more rallying for me? Of course. But they got their own crap. Some of them probably got small businesses and things that I don't know about, that I'm not supporting and don't even know it. So we always have to remember other people are doing things too, or got things going on too. And that's when it comes around back to communication. We're never going to know because we don't all communicate as much anymore. So 2023, focus on communication. Talk to others, treat others how you want to be treated. I think that's a very good thing to just keep in mind when you're wondering, how should I tell this person, or how should I respond to this, or how should I say this, or how would you want to hear it? And even if the way you would hear it is, not as tactful as most people would say it, but it's still you treating someone else how you would want to be treated, or how you would be treated, and wouldn't be offended about. And at the end of the day, you can feel good about that. All right. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this topic tonight, drop me a comment. You know what to do. If you ain't already following my social media handles, go check me out. Posting AI stuff. People seems to be really hating the AI stuff lately. I've been seeing so much about how I'm not even going to get into all that, but if you support digital art in general and you don't give a damn that AI generated it, I pretty much post on all my pages. This YouTube channel is really the only place that I talk about my spiritual journey, and I might just keep that exclusive to my YouTube channel. But my other pages will be mostly art, family related. So yeah, just check me out there. Anytime anybody wants me to follow back, because sometimes I do have days where I'm like, oh shoot, I got a lot of followers or whatever. But that if there's a time where you want me to follow you back, just shoot me a message like, hey, following you from your show, I'll go ahead and follow you back, whatever. Alright, guys, I don't know if I'm going to do another video before the New Year's, but if not, happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year to you. I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do. Happy New Year's to you. Alright, y'all like that freestyle song, right? Don't y'all steal my shit. Don't have me on a meme with this playing in the background, y'all. For real, that was just for y'all off the top of the dome. All right, guys. Like I said, if I don't see y'all before 2023, Happy New Year's. Peace out.